Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel and welcome to another reading vlog where I'm gonna be letting a random number generator choose the books that I read. So I did a video like this very recently, like for me right now it was the last video that I uploaded, but I mean it's definitely not gonna be when this one's uploaded, but still it's gonna be like fairly recent. But I just love filming these videos. They are a lot of fun because I just read, unexpected books and usually like different genres of books. So yeah, definitely very excited to film another one of these. And as usual, my main goal with these videos is to read books that are not on my priority list, books that have been on my TBR for a long time, or maybe not as long, but still books that I'm not thinking of getting to anytime soon. And so going to my TBR here, as always, here it says 191 books that I want to read, but the last one is 192. There's always one more book here. We're just gonna go with it. We choose the highest number. And so the last time I did this, it was 195. And I think I read 4 and added 1. That sounds about right. So 192 this time, and let's go for our first spin. Okay, so first book is number 76. This is always very exciting. Okay, so 76. The Gilded Ones. Why does it always make me start new series? Why? Why does it do this to me every single time? I know this is fantasy, but I know nothing else about it. So let's go into our second book, I guess. Okay, book number 2 is 31. 31 is the start of another fantasy series. Fun. That is so fun. So fun. Totally, definitely what I was looking for, what I wanted. Can you please give me something that's not a fantasy, or at least the start of a series? Because that would be really great. If it does, maybe I will choose another book because I don't want to start 3 new fantasy series. So 107. Let's see, I'm kind of scared now. Okay, it is not the start of a series, and I think it is horror. So that's certainly better. So The Gilded Ones is the start of the Deathless series, which has 3 books. Not too bad, but also not exactly what I was looking for. I think I'm in the middle of 22 or 23 series, something insane like that. And so after this video, I guess I'm gonna be in the middle of 24. So that's fun. So Children of Blood and Bone, the series has also 3 books. So again, not the worst possible scenario, but also not the best possible scenario. And this is also fantasy and YA. Also, how many pages is this? 432. This is 544. Sure. And Winterset Hollow is in fact horror and fantasy. Okay, so this was not exactly what I was hoping for, but I still hope that I will love these books. I think I will still really enjoy both of the fantasy ones. I do love fantasy. Fantasy is the genre that I read the most, but I was just not wanting to start more series. But I do think that I am going to enjoy them, so I am excited to read them. I just didn't necessarily need to start reading them right now. But anyway, let's get into the first book. I am 50% into our first book, which is The Gilded Ones, and in this one we are following Deika, who is a 16-year-old girl, and she is gonna go through the purity ritual, which is something that all girls go through when they turn 16 in this world. And basically it's determined by the color of their blood if they are pure or not. And Deika has always been kind of an outsider, kind of not really accepted in her town, because there was someone once from her family, like her dad's side of the family, that was not pure, and so people like looked down on their family. And also her mom was not from that town, she was like from the south, and they always saw her as an outsider, and they didn't even know like her purity. And also, like, being from the south, she had a darker skin color, so they also discriminated her for that. And we also know that there are some creatures in this world that are called the Death Shrieks, and they are attracted to where there are not pure people, and some of those creatures attack like her town, and Deika is actually able to control them, like she stops them from attacking someone. And then when she goes through the ritual, obviously, like, she is not pure, her blood is gold. And it's not like just golden, it's actual gold. So the people from the town, like, they take her and they kind of torture her and make her bleed so they can take the gold from her blood. And then there is a woman that shows up there, and she is going to take Deika, and she tells her like kind of what exactly she is, and she's going to take her because there is an army being built by people like her, because they are the only ones like strong enough to fight the Death Shrieks. And like, she promises Deika that after she serves for 20 years, they will put her like through some ritual that will make her blood pure, which I doubt that, but sure, she agrees, like she really wants that. So she goes, and we see her basically meeting other people like her that kind of have her powers, but also not really. Like, she has more powers than the others do, because the others cannot control the Death Shrieks, like only she could do that. And yeah, we see her starting to train in that army, and I am liking it, but I am not loving it. And again, Deika, like, I am liking her, but I'm not loving her. The other character though, the one that like got her from her town, she is very interesting. Also, I think I know what the romance is gonna be, even though there like nothing really has happened yet. Like, I think I know who it's gonna be with, and I think I don't like it. But I don't usually like romance, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But like, I am liking the plot and like the magic in the world, but I want to learn more about it. Like, I want to learn more about the world and about the magic and the creatures, and I feel like we are not getting enough. And I mean, maybe we will get, I mean, probably we will get way more in the second half of the book. But yeah, like, I just want to learn more about this world. And also the timeline is kind of strange. Like, sometimes a lot of time will pass, and like, we won't really know until like later that we learn that like a lot of time has passed. So that's kind of strange. But I am liking the plot, I am invested, I want to learn more about the magic and also like everything that's happening. And I do think I know kind of what the plot twist is gonna be, but I'm still curious to see if I am right or not. But yeah, I am liking it, but I'm not loving it. But I'm gonna finish it, and I'll be back. Okay, so I finished the Gilded Ones, and we continued to follow Deika as she was training in the army, and as she continued to learn more about like the magical creatures, and also about who and what exactly she is. And I did guess part of the reveal that happened at the end of the book, and like, even though I guessed most of it, not fully, but I did get part of it, I did still enjoy like what we learned. I still liked that it was, you know, that, and the part that I didn't guess I also did really enjoy. And so like, I did like the ending, and I also did like the beginning, but the middle of the book I was like a bit bored. But I did like the magic, and I did like the creatures, and I did like mostly following our main character, and I was definitely like intrigued and interested to learn what was happening, and I'm still definitely interested in continuing with the series. So you know, that's another series added to my TBR, which I didn't need, but here we are. And I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars because I did enjoy it, but I didn't like love it. But yeah, overall it was a good book and I had a good time. And yeah, that is our first book done, and now we are going into the second book. And usually like I read these books in the order that like they are chosen by the random number generator, but I think I'm gonna read the third one before the second because I'm already reading like another fantasy book for like another video, and I don't feel like reading two fantasy books at the same time, but I do want to be reading two books at the same time. You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna go with the third one, which is a horror book. And today's actually October 1st, so I feel like it's perfect time to start a horror book. So yeah, I'm gonna read the third book, which I think is called Winterset Hollow or something like that. And I will update you when I am around halfway through that. Okay, so I am 50% into Winterset Hollow, and we are following, like, our main character is called John, and he has definitely a mysterious past, which I'm hoping we'll get into and like we'll learn what it's about, but he definitely has like a mysterious, dark, I think, past. And he has a favorite book, which is called Winterset Hollow, and in that book there are like some magical like talking animals, and the main character is a rabbit, and he and a couple of his friends and also like a whole group of people, they go on a sort of tour to like where the book is supposedly set and like where the author lived, and they find a house where like supposedly was where the author lived in that house, and they find like outside the house they find a talking rabbit who is like the main character of the book, and the rabbit invites them into the house, and in there they find like a bunch of other talking animals, and not just talking, like they act like humans basically, like they cook and you know do all the things you'd expect from humans. And like that specific day is like a special date that the animals are celebrating, and then John finds like I think it's an owl outside that basically warns him that he and the other humans are in danger. And that's pretty much like where I'm at. And honestly, I'm not really liking it. Like, I get the message that it's trying to, you know, get across. And I do like the message, but also in terms of like entertainment, in terms of plot, I'm not really loving it. It's not really working for me. I'm not like into the story. I don't really care about the characters either, so like I don't care if anything happens to them. Like they're obviously in danger, but I kind of don't care. And overall I'm just kind of bored. So yeah, I'm not having the best time reading this book. And yeah, I mean I still have like half of it to go, so you know, maybe I will like it in the end, but for now it's not really working for me. But I'm gonna finish it and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I have finished Winterset Hollow, and honestly, like, I don't really have much to say in this update because my thoughts are pretty much the same. And I just don't think that this was like my kind of horror, you know, the kind of horror that I like. And also, I didn't really connect to any of the characters, so like, I didn't care when they were in danger, and they were definitely in danger. There were definitely like some moments that would have been really stressful if I actually cared,
but I didn't. So I was just, not stressed, not worried. And I was just like not really into the story. And I was kind of bored. So yeah, sadly, this one didn't work for me. And like, I saw a bunch of 5-star ratings. And like, I get it. I get why people love it. Because I read the reviews and like, I get all of what they said, but I didn't feel that way. It didn't work for me personally. Yeah, I think this wasn't, my kind of horror. So, yeah, sadly, I didn't really like this one. I think I'm gonna give it 2 stars. And yeah, I'm going to move on to our next book, which I will hopefully like much more. And that is Children of Blood and Bone. So I'm going to read around half of that book and I will be back. Okay, so I am 50% into our last book, which is Children of Blood and Bone. And we are following, three POVs, but like the main one and the first one that we meet is Zeli. And she was supposed to have magic, but years ago when she was a kid, the like magic was destroyed by the king, and that king also ordered every magi, aka the people who had magic, to be killed, and that included Zayli's mother. But now in the present, she meets the princess who is Amari, and she also becomes one of the POVs that we follow, and she learns with the princess about a scroll that can help bring magic back. And so Amari, Zeli, and Zane, who is Zayli's brother, they all go like on their way to try to figure out exactly how to bring the magic back and also to get like all the sort of ingredients that they need to bring magic back. But they do have to deal with Inan, who is Amari's brother, because he basically agrees with his and Amari's father that like magic should be gone. It should be banished and people should not be allowed to have magic because it's like too dangerous. And so he wants to stop them. But then he and Zayli like they started getting like close, they start getting to know each other, and he's like not sure what to do. And yeah, we see them like go through a bunch of things and meeting a bunch of people and having to do very dangerous things to get like the things that they need to bring the magic back, while like I said still dealing with Anon. And honestly right now he's confusion. And yeah, that's where I'm at, and I'm actually really really liking it. I absolutely love both Zayli and Amari, like love them so much. And I also really like the world and the magic, like I'm very intrigued to learn more about it, and also like what they're doing, the plot, their mission. I'm also really 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 loving it. And also like the title of the book has been mentioned, and I really like what it means. I thought it was really really cool as well. And I expected to like it, obviously. It was in my TBR. I had read the synopsis and I thought it was pretty interesting, but I'm liking it even more than I expected to. So I'm loving it. Like I'm hooked. I am also scared because like the missions that they're going on are very dangerous. And like I said, I absolutely love both Zayli and Namari. So obviously I don't want anything bad to happen to them. So yeah, I'm stressed. I'm worried, but I am very excited to see where it goes. Because like we've already had some action that was really cool, and like all of the things related to magic, like so good. Absolutely love it. I am having a great time. And so, yeah, this is going great. I am going to finish the book and I'll be back to, tell you what I thought about it and also wrap up this video. Okay, so I have finished the book and I loved it. Like the second half was, just as exciting as the first one, or I mean, honestly, probably even more exciting. And we had a lot of action scenes, like fight scenes and action other than fighting as well. But we also had like enough time with just the characters to get to know them better and to see their like friendships and other relationships develop, which I also really enjoyed because I really like the characters, so I like to just, being with them and getting to know them better as well. And at the end, I was definitely very stressed because it was like chaotic, like in the best way possible for me as a reader, but it was definitely very chaotic and things were going not exactly as well as our characters wanted them. And like we got death, we got betrayal, we got everything. And like it was insane and I just loved it. It got me very excited to continue with the series, which I didn't need another series, but here we are. And yeah, I definitely want to keep reading the series because I absolutely loved it. Like, it just didn't give me, the 5-star feeling, but I really, really liked it. So I think I am going to give it 4.5 stars. Like, I think I said this already. Like, I expected to like it, but I loved it even more than I expected. So yeah, that was great. I really, really liked it. And I feel like, I love it because I really loved the main characters. I feel like that definitely obviously helped me loving the book as much as I did. And yeah, it was great. It was a great way to finish this video. And the video itself was, once again, as usual with these ones, very fun and also achieved the main goal that it had, which was to make me read books that I wouldn't have read like anytime soon otherwise. And so, in terms of ratings, we have a 3.5-star book, a 2-star book, and a 4.5-star book. So, even though one of them wasn't, my favorite, I didn't really like it. The other two were definitely very fun, especially this last one that I absolutely loved. So, this was a success. And I definitely want to keep filming more of these videos in the future because, like I said, they're just very fun to film. And they do make me read books that are just kind of forgotten in my TBR, which, like I said, is the main goal of these videos. And if I do find books that I love, just like this one, that's just a bonus. And yeah, that is everything for this video. I had a lot of fun and I hope you did too. So if you did enjoy this video, give it a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!